Mirëmbrëma, zonja e zotëri, jeni me një shkas të veçantë, sepse sonte kemi dy miqtan nga Shtetet e Bashkuara të Amerikës, të cilët kanë ardhur për të folur për arsimimin dhe ata që duan shumë më mirë të mësojnë nga procedurat në Shtetet e Bashkuara dhe se çfarë mund të ofrojnë. Me neve sonte, we have today our dear guest, Mr. Tomas Mерлот, which is the director, welcome sir, from the Northwest Missouri State University. Very glad at having you, sir.
Thank you.
Very glad. Madam Erika, Assistant Director from the same university. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here, sharing your time. So, basically, what is the purpose of your visit to Macedonia, sir?
So the visit is a little bit of everything. So international education is a vast field. So we really push, building new relationship with new university to provide a pathway for Irish students, but also for North Macedonian students to come to the US and continue their study, pursue their education at the next level. But it's also a good way for us to recruit students that want to study in the US and provide financial assistance through scholarship for them. We do have a good offer for the students. I think in the region that we're in is somewhat affordable, so we can really make their dream come true, if I can say. But ultimately, it's important for us to be here to understand the region, to understand the people, to understand the culture, to see, what it is to be
very colorful,
beautiful city. We truly enjoy Skopje and the architecture and very old buildings. We have a lot to take back to the US. We look forward to coming back because this is ultimately not a one and done for us.
Okay.
We see a strong potential, and I think the students are really wanting to. There's definitely a desire for this type of service. So we look forward to coming back.
Okay, you have a strong potential, Madam Les. What do you have to offer? I mean, as a university that others can't. Since there is potential, there is color, there is much more. You have your personal experience. I would like to hear from it.
Yes, so I'm an alumni of Northwest Missouri State. So as an alumni, I think our biggest selling point is just our family atmosphere on campus. Northwest is all about family. We're a small university, about 8,500 students. 855 of those students being international students from 36 different countries. So there is diversity amongst our student population. But in our small campus, you do get to know everybody pretty well. Students get to know their professors well, small class sizes. We offer laptops and textbooks included in the tuition. So students don't have to worry about providing those. And just that atmosphere of being on campus. Our campus is the State Arboretum. So it's a beautiful place, just like we were seeing on the drive around here. Today, the leaves are changing color, and it's a beautiful place. So.
What kind of programs do you offer so that students you can attract more and more? Because you talked about the potential, Mr. Thomas.
Of course. So we do. So the way the U.S. system is designed is we have 130 plus majors on campus. So we do have a lot of opportunity in terms of studies. We do have more attractive majors, some of a little bit more attractive, such as business, marketing, management, international business, but not to forget agriculture business, because I think there's in Macedonia agriculture, in North Macedonia agriculture is definitely present. Right. So there's definitely an opportunity for North Macedonian students to be studying that same area, just in a different language, different system. But when we also look at psychology, our health science major is pretty big, but it could also be criminology if a student was interested in maybe the law system, so there's a lot of opportunities in every major. It could also be at the grad level, because we tend to say always undergrad, but students could come and study computer science. We have undergrad again cybersecurity that's very popular. So all these majors are definitely interesting to our international students.
Where did you see the potential then?
Well, the potential that we see is of course, growing our undergraduate programs, like Thomas was saying, our main majors that we see students in are computer science, psychology, business, biomedical sciences for students who want to go on to medical school, but then also seeing that potential in our US students coming to study here in North Macedonia. We met with a couple schools today who are pretty similar in what they offer. So that helps us match up those courses to be able to offer those courses to our US students to come here and study, and also for students here to come to our university and do an exchange program.
Okay. As far as the partnership is concerned, we just met, Madam Messer was saying that we have some partnership envisaged. We visit school. With whom exactly? Whom do you see as a potential partner in Macedonia? Private university vis-a-vis those from the state one, or?
It's really both. I don't think we really define private or public as a piece in the partnership puzzle.
Okay.
But it's really having the same kind of program. That way we can kind of match the classes, because ultimately we want our students in business to study business in a different country. So it's having the same kind of curriculum that we would find on our campus. And something that we also encourage our students to do is to learn a language, to be exposed to the culture, because ultimately they can learn something here and go to the museum and apply that knowledge they just learned in the classroom. So we want them to be aware of what's happening in terms of business or in terms of whatever program they decide to study, but we also want them to be culturally aware of what's happening in the region. It's a beautiful place because you can travel to different countries in a few
easily
hours.
everywhere in Europe.
Mobility is very simple. So when we look at our location in the US, in the northwest corner of Missouri, we're a couple hours from very close to Iowa. We're about 30 minutes from Iowa, but we're about an hour from Nebraska. We're about an hour from Kansas. So we do have this mobility, the same kind of mobility, just at the state level. So this is, I think, what's very interesting, in this area.
Okay, we used to talk a lot in the Balkans about the brain drain, and whomever watches us will say they came here to steal our best students. Is this the case?
No. So
I'm wondering,
Yeah. So when students from other countries come to the United States, they have to apply for an F1 student visa.
Okay.
And the F1 student visa its main purpose is for students to come to the United States, get their education. There is an opportunity for them to work after graduation for 1 year for any program, and then they can apply for an additional 2 years after that if they're in a STEM program. But then the main purpose is for them to go back home to their home countries to help not have the brain drain, but help their home countries with the knowledge and experience they got in the United States.
Yeah, because you were talking about scholarships, how to get the financial assistance, and that is why everyone says brain drain, and you say?
Well, I've experienced this firsthand being an international student myself. So I come from France in Europe, and I traveled to the US to do my undergrad degree and my graduate degree, and it is an option as well. I mean, life happens, and I think this is also something that's we're in a global world, and we have to accept this as well. The student visa is not designed only to come here, but there is this possibility of having opportunities that open up, and I think this is the American dream is very much alive, and I think this is something that international students seek as well. So they're best of both worlds. You can come back and then if you study business, be an entrepreneur in North Macedonia and be successful in North Macedonia. And if you have an opportunity to end up working for a US company in North Macedonia, vice versa, good for the opportunity. It's good for the students. And ultimately, what we want, and this is a big part of our mission, is every student every day. So this is something that, whatever is best for the students, ultimately this is what we want.
Okay, this is your first or final visit to Macedonia. Have you sorted out with which universities, where can people who watch us get in contact with you or apply to any programs that you may have for foreign students?
So I can say in advance, this is definitely not our last visit to Macedonia.
Okay.
I've heard around today that if I spent 2 more days, I would have stayed here because I would have fallen in love with the country. So definitely not our last visit. If the students are interested in reaching out to us, the easiest way is still on the website. So www.nwmissouri.edu. So this is the school website. They will be able to find all the information. They will find both Erika and myself's contact, so they can reach out to us directly. But we'd love to stay in touch with the region. We'll definitely be back in the next few months. And
and then we will know much more about what your plans.
Yeah.
I will be here and we will be here to watch. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
something
you.
that we can not hear every day, that people are not here to pick people up, but to get them a chance to get to know different culture and a different way of education. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Great
very
honor.
much.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Faleminderit shumë. E mbyllëm i kaq me miqtan të cilët kanë ardhur me na pa për sistemin arsimimi këtu dhe se si mund të dikush të arrijë një ëndër amerikane, pse jo, dhe me arsim. Faleminderit shumë për vëmendjen, mirëmbëjtje. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.